Hi, Dr. Jordan. It's AJ Hurst with the Ortho Guru. Sorry it took so long to get your marketing audit out. I'm just now recovering my voice with the help of a little bit of tea here that my wife made me. So here we go. Obviously, this is your website, and it's not bad looking. It's pretty decent, fairly standard website I've seen across a lot of orthodontists, done by West. Pretty standard template website. But it is ranking well and getting you some traffic. Let me show you. With this tool that I have, cjorthodontics.com, you're getting, 300 or so visitors per month. It's pretty good because you're ranking for some good keywords, the main one being orthodontist Champaign, Illinois. And it has a pretty good search volume, about 200 or so searches per month. You're ranking in spot 1, so you're probably getting, roughly around 100 visitors per month that are searching for that search term. And that's a pretty high quality search term because that's people looking for an orthodontist in your area, not just searching for your name, meaning they already know you. Does that make sense? You also have some really, really good reviews across the internet. On Google, you have a fantastic number of reviews, 265 nearly 5-star reviews, and I see that you've responded to some of the bad reviews, real nice responses. That's great. And then as well on Facebook, you have 34 reviews. I'd like to see that number get increased, but it's not bad. It's a good start, and again, they're good reviews. You may want to look at trying to respond to some of those bad reviews as well, just as you've done in Google. So I think that with your marketing, it's probably not going to be so much about what you're doing. I think you're doing a lot of the right things. I think it's going to be about how you're doing it. I think that's going to be the secret sauce, if you will, to get to that top 1% performance that many people are unable to attain, either because they don't know how or they're unwilling to put in the work to get there. And I'll talk to you a little bit more about that and what we do to get that top 1% performance. As far as your website and your SEO goes, I think that we could probably improve some of the titles on your pages of your website to help you not only rank better, but kind of cement your rankings so that you don't get outdone by somebody else who starts to increase their SEO. We could also get more backlinks to your site. I'm not sure if you're familiar with that term. It's simply websites that have power and authority in Google's eyes linking back to your website, and that clues Google in on what your site is about and how trustworthy your site is for them to send their search customers to. We can make some improvements in your backlinks and the way that your backlinks are done. On your maps listing, we could certainly do a little bit more optimization there, adding some better photos, titling the photos with some of the search terms that you want to be ranking for. And I think that would help you show even better in the maps listings, which is a really important driver of traffic on a local level. What I'd also like to talk about then is beyond the SEO, beyond driving more traffic to your site, is what do we do with the traffic that comes to your site? Are we effectively capturing them and getting them into your office as a real new patient? What can you do better? And I'd like to kind of contrast your website with a couple other competitors in your area. So the first is Hull's Orthodontics, and they have another template website from West. It looks incredibly similar to yours. There's the hairs, here's yours. Very similar look and feel. It's just a template site. And then the other one that I found was Dr. Schaefer, SchaeferSmiles.com. He is doing a lot of AdWords in your area, and he's doing a halfway decent job of AdWords, slipping up in a few areas that I'll cover in a minute. But when I looked at his website, the difference between his and yours is fairly dramatic. Some of the same components, but just done in a better way. His request your appointment button, right up at the top, in your face, easier to see, stands out, bigger phone number, nice and easy to call. I believe it's clickable on mobile. As well, he has some good calls to action, if you will, or some offers right up front, telling people what benefits they can get from working with him. a lifetime guarantee. Let's see, I think platinum and provider, just some social proof, no wait times, excuse me, the $250 certificate. These are some good offers that will grab people's attention and make them want to work with him. When we go back to your site, there's just nothing. It feels a little bit bland, a little bit blah, nothing to really grab attention and make me want to work with you. Does that make sense? I think that there are some real important things about conversion and telling people what you want them to do and giving them a clear direction to it. And his site is not the end all be all. I've definitely seen better, but I think that it's a step above where yours is at and kind of gives you an idea of what I'm talking about. The other thing that I'd like to talk to you about is just sales follow-up. When people submit their information or call you, you got to make sure that you have a really good cemented process with scripting for people to talk on the phone, knowing exactly what information you need to get and having the right answers, and as well as giving them a good feel and a great experience when they call in. You got to make sure that people who are answering the phone are very confident, very happy, bubbly, excited. Get the person on the phone excited about coming into your office. And, I read a book called Good to Great, and in that book he talks a lot about companies that went from good to great. They had the right people, but they had the right people in the right positions. You need to match talents to what people are doing. Some people are fantastic on the phone. Some people aren't. Some people are great at following up. Some people aren't. You need to make sure that those processes are in place, because you've done a lot of work to get your site ranked well, but if you're wasting that traffic by not converting them, that's going to hurt you. Let me show you. So Schaefer is spending a lot of money. I'd say he's probably spending $1,000 to $2,000 a month on AdWords. I don't know if he's getting the return on his money. He definitely is falling down in some areas. And let me just go ahead and cover this next little part of my presentation to let you know what it is that he's doing wrong and what he's doing right. So when you're running paid ads, PPC, pay-per-click, you don't want to do what everyone else is doing, which is most people are like Dr. Schaefer. They're sending people to their website. They're grouping all their keywords. They are not being highly relevant and going after that top 1% performance that I was talking about. I'll explain that a little bit more later. You need to have a compelling offer that is irresistible and just compels people to want to work with you. You need to have a dedicated landing page, which is what I was talking about. See, Dr. Schaefer, he is sending his patients to his website. That's a big no-no, because when they get to his website, so here's one of the pages that he's actually sending people to from an ad. Yes, there's some good calls to action, a phone number, request an appointment, but look at all these other options that people have once they get to his site. If I came to here, I would say, okay, I'll request an appointment. Oh, but why should I use him? Oh, let me look at some of his reviews. Oh, maybe I should go off his page and find some more reviews that will verify. And now I've completely left his website, and I'm probably not going to come back and request an appointment. You need to have a dedicated one-page landing site that funnels people down to exactly what you want them to do, so you are not wasting any of that traffic. Then you need to let the market data dictate your optimization, and part of that is making sure that all your tracking is really done accurately. And on your website, I do need to point out as well that I'm seeing, with a little tool I use, it's showing some errors in your AdWords tracking tags. So you're not tracking the effectiveness of your AdWords as well as you could be. And I can't really tell you any more specifics about that without actually looking at your AdWords backend managers, but it's showing that there's an error, so I wanted to let you know that. The two areas of paid ads that are really effective is AdWords and Facebook. With Facebook, what I've seen to work really well is what's called lead ads, which essentially, it just keeps people right on Facebook and lets them submit their information directly from Facebook to you. It's super effective and converts really well. This is an actual ad that I was running. And I know it's a little bit of a maybe startling picture, but it's what was working in that area. And that's, again, part of that letting the market data dictate your optimization. This was not the image I started with, but I went to it because it's what worked. You can have really focused targeting on Facebook going after your ideal client. You can get really, really good marketing value by retargeting and remarketing to people that you find on Facebook. Facebook is just such a powerful platform for advertising today. If you're not leveraging it, you really need to be, and you need to be doing it effectively. You know, I don't know if you're running Facebook ads, but on your website, I didn't see any tracking tags from Facebook that show that you are measuring and tracking the effectiveness of it. So that would definitely be an area for improvement. Let's talk about AdWords just a little bit. I know that you are running a little bit of AdWords, and I'm pretty sure that we can improve the effectiveness. In fact, I pulled up an ad that was scraped from this tool. This was pulled in March. This is just really not a very good AdWords ad, right? It's just telling people your name. People don't want to know your name. They want to know what you're going to do for them. They want to know, you know, even like Dr. Schaefer, straight teeth 50% faster. That's a benefit. You know, even the free Invisalign consultation, that's not a very good offer, but it's at least an offer. And you need to have that compelling offer to get people interested. Okay, the other huge thing about AdWords is that you can waste a lot of money very quickly in AdWords and get zero results from it if you're not doing it appropriately. And all this slide is showing, I tried to just highlight the important things, is that where your ad shows up is a function of what you're willing to bid and your quality score. The quality score is determined by the relevance. That's really it, the relevance. How relevant your ad is to what someone is typing into Google. And a big function of that is the click-through rate. How many people are actually clicking on it versus how many in total are seeing your ad. Google looks at that, and they will essentially reward you and give you cheaper ad impressions for having a highly relevant ad. What do I mean by that? Here's what 99% of people do. They will have just a couple ad groups. They'll take all these keywords that you see, all these varied keywords, and hundreds and thousands more that cover a wide range of people's searching intent, and they will group them all, and they'll show just one or two ads for any variation of those search terms. This leads to irrelevant clicks, fraudulent clicks, and ultimately a lower quality score, which means you're going to have to pay more to get your ad shown. What we do with that 1% performance, it's called the one-to-one method. What we do is we take every one of those search terms and we give them their own ad. So when someone types in kid braces, they see one ad. When they type in adult braces, they see a different ad. If they're looking for Invisalign or metal braces or clear braces or ceramic or the best orthodontist, we're showing different ads for every search term so it stays highly, highly relevant. You have a better click-through rate, and ultimately you end up paying less money to get better results. Sound good? Pay less, get more. That's what everybody wants. Because the goal of paid ads is to get patients in your door now at the lowest cost. And as well, the other benefit is that you get patients later, because as you collect that information, because what I'm calling, you don't automatically get a patient, right? You then have to follow up with them, get them scheduled, get them a consult, get them to come back, start making payments, start treatment. So initially what we start off with is a patient lead, which would be a name, email, or phone number, or someone calling into your office. So we want to get as many of those patient leads at the lowest cost, and then follow up effectively to turn them into as many patients as we can. Does that make sense? I hope you're following. And when you get those patient leads, it's a long sales cycle. So it may take several months, but you have a pipeline that is full of patients continually coming to you, giving you their information, and you keep following up with them. Down the road, you will just have a snowball effect of more and more patients coming to you. That's what I can offer you. And just to give you a quick idea of what's possible again, Orthodontist Champaign, Illinois, that's about 200 to 260 searches per month. That's the volume that Google shows. A lot of these other search terms, braces, Champaign, Illinois, orthodontist in Champaign, orthodontist in Urbana, all these are pretty low volume search terms. But when we look down here at some of the suggested search terms from Google, I want to point out orthodontist near me. 60,000 searches per month. Now that's nationwide, but what that tells me is that that's a very popular search term. So that means that there's a lot of people in your area that are searching for orthodontist near me, Invisalign near me, braces near me, all these kinds of search terms. It's very difficult to get your website to rank for them, right? It's difficult to tell Google to show your website for orthodontist near me. But when you're doing AdWords, that can be one of your search terms. You bid on that and you have a highly relevant result showing up. You're not going to pay a lot of money, and you're going to get a lot of traffic coming in through search terms like that and dozens, hundreds of others that will drive traffic to a landing page, right? Not your website, to a great landing page that converts well. You follow up well. I can share with you some of the best practices for following up with these online leads. You'll convert a lot of them. You'll get a lot more patients into your office. This is getting kind of long. I hope that was helpful. If you'd like to talk more, you can schedule a call with me. I would love to go over any questions and more fully unpack this without having a super long video. I'll talk to you later, sir. You have a great weekend. Bye.